Hello, this is Steve from stevezanella.com. How are you today? I am doing very well. I wanted to put together this quick video, a little different. I'm sitting out on my porch, out on my deck that I just recently finished building here in New Hampshire. And I wanted to make a video talking about the best, worst advice that you can get. If you suffer from anxiety, panic disorder, worrisome, negative thoughts, any of those things, something that you're going to hear a lot of, something that I've said, something that a lot of people say, is a bit of advice that we like to put out there to people. And in truth, depending on how you look at this bit of advice, it could be a blessing and it can be a curse. So, what's that advice? It's this: life is short. You need to live for the moment. You need to live like there is no tomorrow. You need to do whatever makes you happy today because tomorrow is promised to no one. However it's phrased, whatever way of saying it you have heard or have been told or tell others, this bit of advice is super helpful in trying to balance out the things that are important to you. But when you suffer from anxiety, it can be a bit misleading. And what I mean by that is this: life is actually pretty damn long. You have time to build things, to do things, to change things. If you spend all of your time focusing on just doing what makes you happy right now, you're going to fall into the anxiety trap of avoidance. And what that means is, and what I mean by that is, what makes you feel good right now is not always what is going to be the best for you in the long run. I spent many years with my anxiety avoiding things, avoiding situations that made me feel uncomfortable. And if you look at the bit of advice of life is short, it might trick you into thinking that I should avoid what makes me feel uncomfortable because that makes me feel better right now. And that's works in the short term, but in the long term, it's going to make things much, much worse because you're going to create a pattern of avoidance. You're going to create a habit of avoiding things instead of dealing with them because it feels easier to avoid them in the short term. But in the long term, it's going to be it's going to create a much bigger problem for you. So the idea that life is short can be very misleading when it comes to dealing with your anxiety. You have time, and it takes time to fix these things. You have to establish new patterns, and establishing new patterns and new habits takes time. You have to be patient. Most people, they fall into the idea that if I can't do it today, what's the point? Because life's short, right? No. Life is long. Life is long. A year from now, you're going to look back and wish that you had done the things that you didn't do. But they're things that you didn't do because it's going to take so long to accomplish them. If I did one little thing every single day, what's that going to get me? Well, yes, looking at things in the short term, it may not get you what you need right in that moment. But a year from now, the momentum that you build by doing little things every single day is going to be huge. You're going to look back and you're going to be so thankful that you did that. So my thought for today, my thought for this video is to take the idea of life is short with a grain of salt. Life is short helps figure out what's important, but life is long. You have to plan. You have to figure out some of these things that are going to help you build the life that you want. And you build that life day by day, moment by moment. But your life is all of those moments strung together. So if you constantly look at things and say, I want instant gratification, I want to feel good right this second, you're going to create a much more limited future for yourself. Live in the moment. Be mindful of the present moment and all that is right now, because there are some amazing things going on right now. But while you're doing that, have an understanding that the things that you do today build and grow towards a future. And if you don't have a clear understanding of what you want that future to be, you're going to end up just getting what you've been getting. If you continue to do the same things every single day, you're going to continue to get the same life that you've been living. And if you're full of anxiety and worry, is that life really working for you? So here's 3 things that you can do. I want to share this really quick. 3 things to working towards the future. Okay, the first thing to do is to have goals, to sit down and write out what you want to achieve. And I don't mean a general goal like I want to be happy. A specific goal like I want to feel less anxiety when I'm out in public, or I want to get comfortable public speaking, or I want to drive a car again because my anxiety keeps me from going out and driving. Whatever it is, be specific about the goal that you want and write it down. Number 2, daily tasks. You want to figure out what little daily steps you can take that are going to get you closer to achieving your goal. So if you have a goal of public speaking, maybe every day you practice for 5 minutes in the mirror, talking out loud as if you were talking to an audience. Little things that you can do each day are going to help build momentum and get you closer to your goal over time. But unless you figure out what those tasks are and you actually do them every single day, you won't ever get there. It takes time. Be patient. So that's number 2, develop daily tasks. And number 3, and I think is one of the most important, is track your progress. Have a journal, write things down. Over time, when you do things, sometimes it can seem like the progression is very, very slow. But when you look back and you look at all the things that you've created, you'll realize that your progress has been slow but steady. And if you don't track your progress, it's really easy to think that you're not making any. So if you can record somehow, some way, whether it be through photography, maybe you do a selfie every day if you're trying to do something for health and fitness and you want to see physical changes, or maybe it's keeping a journal and logging your anxiety levels every morning as you do meditation, so that over a certain period of time you can say, hey, I may not be completely cured, but 3 months ago I was listing my anxiety every morning as an 8, and after doing meditation, now I list it as a 6 or a 5. That's showing progress of bringing your anxiety levels down. But you won't be fully aware of it unless you somehow track that so that you can see those slow changes and how they work over time. So those are the 3 things that I recommend. 1, writing down goals. 2, everyday tasks, figuring out what they are and committing to do them every day. And number 3 is track your progress. If you can do those 3 things, you can take something that you want to work towards and you can achieve it. I know that you can do it. I know these things, it may sound like it's outside of your realm, depending on where you are in your life and in your journey, but I promise you this, that if you dedicate the time and the energy and the effort, you can change your life no matter what has happened, no matter where you come from, no matter what you've experienced. If you're willing to put in the time, the energy, and the effort, you can build a life. We all have this potential. We all have this ability. It's a matter of uncovering it within yourself, because it's there. Trust me, I know that it's there. All right, that's my video for today. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to shoot me an email, steve@stevezanella.com. I love hearing from you, so please reach out. Do me a favor, comments below. I love to get them, I love to read them, I love to respond to them. And if you like this video and other videos on the channel, please share it, reach out. I love to try to get to as many people as I can. I know our little tribe of anxiety sufferers, there's strength in numbers, and I want to try to help as many people as I can. So that's it for me today. I hope you have an amazing day. I love each and every one of you. keep up the fight, and I will talk to you all soon.